Good evening and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk. Tonight, we're very fortunate to have with us a lawyer and a newly councilor-elect of Dumaguete City, Attorney KENNETH ARBAS. Councilor Arbas, good evening and thank you for being my guest tonight.
Yes, good evening, Sir Dean, and good evening to all the watchers, the viewers of your program.
Thank you very much for being my guest, and I'm sure you're very busy, but salamat for accommodating our request for you to be our guest for tonight. Anyways, Councilor, you have just been elected anew as City Councilor, and kindly give your message to your supporters and the people of Dumaguete City.
Yes, Dean. I thank everyone who supported us and who believed in us, especially in our team. We hope that we can continue to remain faithful to our mandate. We continue to serve selflessly to the community. I think that's what we can assure the community, that we will remain faithful to the people of Dumaguete.
Well said. Now, based on the recent elections, talk about the lessons and realizations that you had about the political dynamics in play and the city's electorate.
Yes, based on my experience in politics, especially since 2010, I trust Dumagueteños and I trust the community of Dumaguete when it comes to voting, especially kung ang level of voting is on the members of the Sanggunian or the councilors. Okay. I believe people trust whom they vote. Nakita nato na I've never bought anyone's vote during election. So, and yet I landed number 2. And maybe the people really believe in me and believe in the cause I fought for. They also see that probably we can help the city with the position we are running. So, muna ako sa Dumaguete. The usual fight in elections really is on the position of the mayor and the vice mayor ng mga single na positions. Yung may dagay madala rami kay 1 out of 10 raman ang mabutuhan, so kalamitan madala ra gila siya.
Okay.
And kay mo ko nga money matters po pagabot sa single kanay ibang positions nga single.
Were you satisfied with the turnout of the elections? I mean to say at your end, the votes that you gathered, the placement that you had, were you satisfied with the results of the same?
Yes, sir. Although without going to specifics,
yes,
vote buying is something that I really, if I'm a bit disgusted of our system, maybe it goes to that issue of vote buying. Di good yapon kaya nga ang vote buying has an effect on the votes of people. Pero ang makaluoy lang kay most of the people nga kung naman ganyan dalag kwarta are the ones who are most vulnerable to public service. So kung mga yun nga who are in need of of the services of our government for their family. So, but I still hope and I still believe that there are still more people in Dumaguete who also believe in choosing the right leaders. Manang maybe part of me says nga naay ko gamay frustration, pero the bigger part of me says I believe in the voting, the conscience of the Dumagueteños.
Okay.
So,
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Councilor, in a few weeks or months from now, during the sessions that you'll be having, if given the opportunity, I know you were a chairperson of certain committees in the past, but given the opportunity to have a choice of a committee to head or to be a part of, could you tell us exactly what committee you think and personally feel you'll be more effective in, and that could be a personal choice of your end?
ako, based on the ordinances that I passed in the past, I stick to economic enterprises. Kay mo man siya, ang economic enterprises is a kind of section of the government that deals with this proprietary life. Kalabang nasa negosyo ba? Para na ng Changi, mga parking areas na itong na ay income, muna siya kalamitan na, and other projects that the government is earning. Ganun, because being also in the field of business, nakita na kung it's important to enhance this section of the government para dili siya dependent sigira sa taxes. You have to revitalize the industries that the government is investing. Kaya para lamang dagang matabang ang mga tao, dili kay puro lang ma-employ nimo sa gobyerno para lang na ay kita, para na itrabaho ang mga tao. I think this kind of, kung kani siya mataplanig maayo nato ning economic enterprises nato, probably PPPs like with cooperatives para gyud ma-expand nato ang kaning business aspects sa gobyerno, probably employ more people diyan dipita pod. So we could address socio-economic issues sa atong community. Kani sa akong ganang tao, I have a few ordinances already nga directed towards this sector of our government. Kaduha na ko yung kuan is agriculture. I wish mapunta na ko ang agriculture because with my ordinance aning kuan Bagsakan Center, which is in coordination with all LGUs in Negros Oriental, para kita may mahimo ring agri-hub mabag business agricultural products nato sa Negros Oriental. Kailangan ko implementar ni siya because para nako this is a way for us to be able to help other LGUs, our sister LGUs, na mabuhi ang ilang mga communities po nila. At the same time, dagan umalalit sa Dumaguete because once they come to Dumaguete, they also buy in Dumaguete. So ang buying powers mga tao mutaas. So these are two areas that I really want to be involved in.
Okay, well said. Now, Councilor, once the new set of legislators convene and start session, could you give us a glimpse of your priority ordinance that you will be initiating?
Most of the ordinances that I wanted to be passed are already approved by the council. Ang usa sa problema lang is since 2010 wala ni siya nga implement kay ni mga ordinances na ako. Kasabot po dugay ko kay tungod nga the executive has his own interests dayon. Human kani po mga councilors, when they pass ordinances, they also have their own personal napos sila gagalingong kanabang or interest nga ganahan po sila matuman mo na mo pass sila ordinances. Ang problem lang kung dili na siya priority sa atong executive, di ko siya matagaan pero tagadayon. Datas that mean nga di wala tagda. Una nga dili lang ko siya priority sa executive. Muna ko unless ma-appreciate na siya maayo sa executive dagway and makita siyang importante siya implement, I think muna nga ali na ko na musulod. I don't know how the relationship goes with the executive in the future. Importante ko kayo nga ang councilor nga gapasar ordinansa, especially if the ordinance is a policy ordinance which only the executive can implement, matagan na siya opportunity po nga mutabang ang nag-implement kaya para ang passion niya sa paggamas ordinansa mapadayon niya sa implementation. Kani mga butang dagway nga ganan ako makita. As to I have a lot of kani mga maybe kailangan to daghang kayo ulusbon sa to mga ordinances karon. One thing, for example, kaning sa engineering department, engineering nato nga department. Kung tanaw nimo ang ato ang kuan sistema karon, kung naay mo apply og building permit, ginama na siya og engineer, ginama nag-architect ang maplano ana. Yet mahagbong sa pag-abot sa atong engineer sa city engineer na to. Di nakapasar, mudugay na sa maayo and it takes months to be able to get it approved. Muna nga daghang bagulbol na to nga mga contractors, mga engineers, mga applicants, mga principals ng applicants sa building construction. So karon ang akong proposed ordinance ana niya nga gusto na ko ipasulod pohon when we get to sit in the new administration is to put a layer of appeal na ay appeals board.
Okay.
Na i-deny siya sa engineer. Automatically, anay period to approve ang engineer or to deny.
Okay.
Kung that window of opportunity would give the presumption, hindi na ma-avail sa engineer, would give a presumption na approve na itong katong iyang application.
Okay.
Or na preliminary approval. Kung i-deny niya within that period, na ay appeals board, na ay appeal board na himuon. Kaning appeal board would be composed of kaning mga association of engineers, kanang sa civil engineers. Napoy seat diha ang kaning sa architects, kaning architects of the Philippines. Tapos representation. Katong mga involved contractors, kaning mga na-pick-up, they should also have a seat diha sa board. Kay sila man po'y, kung imong tanawon, not to put down our seat engineers, kadaghanan nila are not into construction. They're engaged in private construction. So, ikumpara nimo aning mga nang-apply nga murag gyud tibo kinabuhi nila and they're into this business. They must kayunta nga kung na-experience kayunta nga credible ang atong mga engineers, kani ato sa seat engineers nato. All the more na equally credible ang atong mga private nga mga konpod representatives sa appeal board. Kaya tungod nga sila man gyud na sa industry. So they will have the appeal. They can overturn the decision of the city engineer when it comes to the denial of an application. Kung na correction, the board will make the recommendation. So kana example ba na sa mga butang nga angay na usbon pohon.
Yeah, okay. Now, talk about the new presiding officer in the city council once it's convened. Si Vice Mayor-elect Naisa Sargabaria. Your expectations under her stewardship?
I would expect professionalism. For one, I expect impartiality. I expect open-mindedness. So ang Vice Mayor-elect.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, talk about the things to be done in order for you, the new set of councilors and legislators, to enhance and improve legislative processes in the city legislation.
Yes, sir. One thing is we would enhance the committees by providing more seats and voice sa private as a community. Nasugdan ni Alan before nga nagbutang siya og mga kaning mga private sectors to sit in the kaning mga organized mga sectoral representatives diya sa atuang committees. I think we have to enhance this to give them also not only the seat to be able to contribute their ideas, but probably even to vote kasi sila may affected sa atuang mga proposals. Another thing that nga among para nako nakulang man siya ever since I sat in council, kaning consultative na approach sa committee. When there is a proposal and it affects a community or it affects a sector or the policy requires expertise, the committee has to immediately convene a study group that would invite experts and the different sectors affected by the proposal before it can go to the council for further deliberation.
Okay.
Para walay mahayanay after the ordinance is passed, wala na tay lingian na balik. Tungod nga niagi naman sa mga tao nga mas kabalo pa nato or mas affected sa sa proposal. The other thing that I wish to see in the council is the kaning katong question hour, and maybe whenever we have an ordinance, whenever there's a request from the executive, I always believe in listening to the department head requesting for funds for allocation. The council has to understand. The council has to understand the proposal or the request. It must be enlightened based on documents nga ga-support sa ilang request, Not only that we're given figures and we just immediately approve. So muda ko ni may angay i-enhance karon for the new administration. The one requesting must be invited to be able to explain and defend the request.
Okay. So now the administration Mayor Peramol has just been given a fresh mandate, no, Councilor. Now talk about how
Yes, sir.
the council will be able to help in this administration's programs, projects, and activities that will benefit the greater majority of the city.
Just like before, sir, I believe the council has been there for him. Even us who were branded to be oppositionists, to be minorities, we have been there for him also. Only that there are certain issues that really need to be thrashed out, that the minority believes requires more study, requires more analysis, and requires listening to people. So I hope that this new administration would be different compared to the previous one or the existing council. I prefer that the mayor should have a better, should be more open to dialogue with the council. Dago is kabutang. Kedua, whenever he has a proposal, it must be in the context of the real plan. Kung yun na ELA, maybe the ELA now be the significant basis for us to determine asa gud ka paingon ning Dumaguete. Which wag na naitabo ever since kay tungod dagay pod nga na di pod maayong paggagama ang ELA nato. Kay tungod mo bag short kay panahon, there was not much time to be able to bring to define what is our direction the next 3 years. Kaya lang dagway, and the mayor, ang ako lang hangyupod would be he has to present his proposal earlier to give the council an opportunity to study. Then documents should also be made available for the council to be able to review.
Okay.
And so the council is created to balance the power of the mayor, not to destroy the mayor or to destroy the policies of the executive. Rather, it is there to make sure that government funds are well spent, that the policies of the mayor does not affect anybody's a community's interest. Pero I know the mayor would be I know the mayor he will always be, he's also open to that kind, and I hope that he will continue to be like that soon.
Anyways, Councilor, talk about some of your major legislative accomplishments in the previous August body, no? And now, of recent, since you're still incumbent, no? And what are you most proud of in terms of having a significant impact in the Dumaguete community?
Kaning Bagsakan Center is one that I really love seeing implemented. Ang Bagsakan Center, kay tungod nga Dumaguete is an agricultural community, it's a trading community. So ang iyang trabaho is to sell the products of the agricultural products of our province. Kung tanaw ta, walay ang problema sa farmer is really to sell the product. Maybe the production is the problem, but the major problem of the section of the problem is really the selling part. So muna the Dumaguete, ang idea sa Bagsakan Center is it is cooperative based, it is cooperative operated. There's a partnership with the government and the cooperative. So ang cooperative mo padalagan atong lugar, atong facilities.
Yes.
Then ang cooperative mo invest siya. Ang trabaho niya is tanang mga farmers all over Negros Oriental assisted by the LGUs. Mo report sila daan in advance sa ilang produkto daan dito. Mga say gaplan ka dito corn na kay 1 hectare na corn. So 3 months from now, assuming 3 months na siya, if it's nice yield nga 1 tons, you report to the Bagsakan Center ahead of time kasi karon pa dang katanong pa na naka-expected yield that much soon, 3 months from now. Karon na daan, wala pa kagatanong pa kadaan, ga-booking na daan ang atong Bagsakan Center. Nangita na sa booking na sa daan og mga traders, mga companies na kinahanglan og produkto para ang mga farmers assured na sila nga halin na ilang produkto samtang katanong pa sila.
Right.
And that's so ang atong market is not only a local market, but we market all over the Philippines and even possibly outside the country.
Correct.
Muna because we can now control production all over Negros Oriental. Dayon sa parts of farmers po sa LGUs, kung natay muwa po with the LGU will assist farmers from the planting, kanang sa pagbungkal sa yuta, so, provide ba silang mga machineries, mo provide ba sila og assistance sa abono, probably the cooperative can extend a loan sa mga farmers para sa ilang, let's say 75% ilang i-loan, then the LGU will have a counterpart of 25% sa abono. So ang farmer wala na ihago, wala problema sa pagbungkal, wala problema sa pag-abono, wala problema sa binhi, pag-harvest, tabangan sa gatos siyang produkto from the farm to the bagsakan center. So in ana, that would encourage more farmers to plant in the mountains and all over Negros Oriental. Then naman sa ato Dumaguete, we will forecast production. We will market ahead before ma-harvest na siya.
Correct.
Probably na siya reverse. So muna siya major ginako para nako ganahan ko kung makita ni siya ma-implement ni siya ng programa ha.
Okay.
This one natay a few more ordinances katong sa kaning business permit approved na po ni siya. And I wish that this could be implemented.
Okay.
Ang kaning sa business permit processing karon ang atong existing is BOSS, business one stop.
Yes.
Kani nga ordinance nga ang ipapasar nato is actually automatic renewal of business permit.
Okay.
Na naman sa kanang say field products registered naman ka sa Dumaguete sa ato ang database nato na ang kada opisina sa ato mga departments nga may duty to clear the business, let's say engineering within the year yan ang i-inspect ng tindahan na daan. Pag man let's say products, pag clear na sa civil products, yan ang i-clear dito sa system.
Yeah.
Pag tanang clear laman diya, automatically renewed na ng atong business permit by the end of the year. Wala, contactless renewal ta. And no hassle on the part of the business. Kay, ang yan naman is through text message or email. So, ang pangyuag text message o numbers ng mga tindahan, mga opisina, we will just send them our bill. Pilay iyahang balatanan sa tax, pilay iyang fees, pilay SSS, pag-ibig, PhilHealth, etc. I-bill na niya, kung wala siya contest, yan ang bayar sa bangko, yan ang isend ng resibo niya, automatically renewed na siya by the end of the year.
Yeah.
No need to renewal. Dahil naman, kung musugod ka sa imong business, pwede kang musugod dayon, you have 6 months to comply. You just have to register yourself na isugod ka negosyo. Kanang sa ordinansa nato na-approve na, you have 6 months to operate, but within the 6-month period, you have to process your business permit. So you have time to raise funds to be able to pay your business permit. So that's the
which in turn helps boost investments. It helps also encourages people to invest in business also.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Now, on a personal note, Councilor, who do you seek advice when making major decisions, particularly when it comes to public policies?
I seek advice from experts. Wala na ko agad issues before na nitabo sa city. I always consider the ones who know better. Ako, I admit I am a lawyer. I may be into business, but my experience is so limited, and my knowledge is that limited also. So we always consult the ones who know better. So muna ako ang murag na ang practice sa yun.
Correct.
When there's a policy being passed in the council for approval or there's a question, I always ask those ones who know better. Then if the explanation sounds logical and sounds wise, then I act based on the recommendations or suggestions of the others.
Okay, that's good to hear. Now, on a personal note on you, do you maintain personal friendship with people who politically and fundamentally you disagree with, or you have differences in views with?
Yes, sir. Sa level of the councilors, I have maintained friendship with everybody. If we differ in our views and even in the arguments that we have raised, magkasakaanay tingog, magkasakitanay, but at the end of the day, we're still friends.
Correct. Now, at this juncture, your parting message to the people of Negros Oriental and Dumaguete City.
Yes, thank you very much for giving me another chance to serve Dumaguete. Thank you, Stin, and to Field Products for giving us the opportunity to get exposed. We continue to serve Dumaguete with all honesty and good faith. We will assure Dumaguete that the taxes you're paying will really go back to you in the best ways the government can serve. That, as councilor, we will do our best to ensure that to happen. And God bless everyone. I wish that everybody's in good health right now, and for those who are sick, we pray that you get well soon. Thank you.
Councilor Arbas, thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to sit down and talk with you in our episode for tonight's Let's Talk with Dok Dinno. And thank you very much, really. And
Thank you, Sir Dean.
we wish you well in your endeavors in this upcoming new set of legislators, no? And your upcoming sessions.
Thank you, Sir Dean.
Thank you.
Okay.
So that was our guest for tonight's episode, the Dumaguete City Councilor and lawyer, Attorney KENNETH Arbas. Now continue to like us at our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter accounts, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel, Let's Talk with Dok Dinno Dumaguete. So that's our episode for tonight. Be well, and let's keep talking.